I will in a minute. Calm down, ma'am. Must be nice. Must be nice. Must be nice. 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 Cootie Queen is immediately in here. Cootie Queen, I can't talk to you yet. Let me play the music.
Welcome to Never Done Projects. We are just a silly little YouTube channel. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and consider joining the member on the wall
And out by the road.
for only
$4.99.
Make it send that email
What do you know?
about the other man.
Lydia's? Yeah. Damn, I forgot I sent it. That's been a minute. All right. Cootie Queen said, howdy, woo! And start the tune. Lily is second. David's here. Cootie Queen said she was born ready. Jacob said archery. I don't hit the target too good. Daniel said happy Thursday. What's up, everyone? Daniel, it finally started raining about the time we pulled back in from dinner and meeting some new people. But it was a beautiful day up to that point. How about yourself, Daniel? Carlo said, what's up, y'all? Pops R3. Hello, Carlo and Papa Renzo.
Hello, Carlo, Papa Renzo.
And Jacob said, R3, ice cream, Bigfoot behind you. Bigfoot better be careful. I'd go for an ice cream right now. Mr. Vegan's here and said, Randy is back. I am. Y'all can't get rid of me that easily. But I will tell you, I will not be here for long. I'm going to be here, then I got to head to the house, to his house. But showing 9 people watching, 6 thumbs up. John Glad said, hi, the right side has the likes. Yippee! Yippee! Cootie Queen says, lame, that's so whack. Well, I'm not doing too great on this whole still waking up early thing. Lily said, just stopping by. I have to go now, though. Sorry. It's all right, Lily. Thanks for coming in. We enjoyed seeing you.
Thank you.
You have a good rest of your evening. Carlos said, howdy, cowboy. Mr. Vegan said, please stay for a while. Look, everybody has a life to live, Mr. Vegan. That is the most important thing you need to learn. Is that some days are good, some days are bad, but no matter what happens, is everybody is doing something with their life. And sometimes people are fighting a battle you never know anything about. So just remember to be respectful, because you never know what kind of day somebody's having. And that's not just to you, that's to anybody. Jacob said, what's up, big boy toys? Did anybody watch today's video? And if they did they see the beginning of the video? I was pretty proud of that loogie. Boo, doo, boo, boo, doo, doo, doo. Kiko said, Randy, cooking as always. My PC overheating. Well, buddy, I hate to hear that. Ours seems to be doing pretty all right. I probably need to get some compressed air and spray out the fan here and clean off the top, spray it off. But I think ours is doing pretty good considering the fact that it's 90 some degrees outside. It has chilled out a little bit since it started raining. But I understand. Jane said, hey, Pops, and R3.
Hello, Jane.
Hello, Jane. Mr. Vegan said, I said please, though. Please does not always work. Cootie Queen said 5 more days till payday. I set up my benefits for my job with 401k, health insurance, and all that. OMFG took 2 darn hours. I get it. Cootie Queen, it took me about 5 months to figure out how to change my 401k contribution that I never asked for. Because remember, railroad employees are on a pension. But once you become an engineer, we're going to start you a 401k automatically, and we're going to up it every year. Jackasses. But at least you got your benefits set up. I'm proud of what you did. Jane said hi, Carlo and Papa Renzo and Cootie. David said another episode of Watch Me Sleep. Close, David, close. We'll wake him up in a second. We'll give him a good poke.
You stop over at the dollar store, get you a box of crayons, draw you a box.
Look, listen,
and
we're in their
stay
box. Cootie Queen said hello, Jane. Carlos said hello, Jane. Maria said, Lucky Pops, he has a free phone stand on his belly. Maria, you missed it. On the way back from dinner, he said he felt like he was going to explode. His belly button would have been hitting the space bar right now.
Oh, I got me a little table going on here.
But Maria's new profile picture is Snoopy, and Ryan's is his furry persona. Jane said hi, Lily. Kiko says lol to Maria. Jane said hi, Maria. Maria said hi, Jane. Mr. Vegan said hey, Kiko. Cootie Queen said hello, Maria and Kiko with a smiley face and an exclamation point. Either that's the exclamation point or a lopsided eyebrows. Maria said hi, Cootie. Jane said, when they up the 401k, do they increase the amount they match? They don't match any. As far as I'm aware, they don't match anything. Based off of my year-to-date contribution of what's come out of my check, they've not a single penny's come from anybody but me.
I thought they matched something.
I thought they did too, but apparently not. Cootie Queen says specifically purple crayons. I heard they taste like grapes. Addie likes purple crayons. Kiko said hello, Vegan, Cootie, Jane, and everyone else. Jay Poplin said rip Kyle Bush. Unbelievable. Hate to hear another person passed away. Kiko said Cootie Queen exactly. Carlos said hello, Maria. Jane said hi, Kiko. Maria said what did he eat? Human? No, he ate flounder. Let's see, flounder, green beans, corn, a salad. A big salad. Salmon patties. Chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy. Banana pudding, and ice cream. So he's sitting there after I get back from the restroom. He's like, oh, I should have eaten that ice cream.
That was good though.
Maria said, hey, Carlo. Jane said, I figured they'd match at least 3%. I figured the railroad would match more than that. Maria said, why is that big salad? I don't believe that. You don't have to believe it.
It wasn't a big salad. It was small.
It's my lie. It's your job to believe my lie. Jane said, fish.
You ain't got to believe me. I know what I eat.
Jane Old Chester back here has been talking since he's been coming over here about this place in Albemarle, which is about 30 minutes from here. On Thursday evening, they do all-you-can-eat buffet for $18. So we finally moseyed our way down there, and by God, it was good. Turns out the waitress has been working there for 19 years, another one for 21, another one, what'd you say, 47 years?
Something like that.
I said, good God Almighty. And it was like a hole-in-the-wall place, but everybody knows about this hole in the wall where the freaks are coming off. F4NX said, I just had the most zesty, cashew, jiggly, booty, butt-shivering, nocturnal to octurnal yawn ever. Well, that's not where I thought that was going, but glad you had a good yawn. Kiko said R2 is charging his phone with his belly. Exactly. Cootie Queen said my job does match, I think, but it started at 5%, but it increased yearly until 15%. Don't know much else. It's my first time starting it, and my boyfriend said starting at 5% just in case. I think it's a good thing to invest in, but it's about like anything else you hear about. My humble opinion. All right? Don't invest all your eggs in one basket, because whenever I changed mine, they had a nice long list of warnings, and one of them was warning your 401k is not guaranteed, and at any point it can be changed. It is not federally insured. It is not insured at all. So if something happens with some political figures where they come in and take every bit of your 401k or the economy crashes again, you're just out your money. That's what scares me. If crap hits the fan, I got enough vehicles and stuff here I can sell to make a couple dollars. But I also bought a building, so do with my life choices as you will. Maria said, OMG, he ate everything. Jane said, wow, must have been a buffet. Yeah, it was a damn good buffet too. The first round of flounder wasn't too good. The second round, woo, it was good, nice and tender, had some great taste to it. I said, I will be back, like the Terminator said. Mr. Vegan said, it's now summer break for me, and my high school told me they were excited to have me, but I told that principal at the high school I might break stuff if I get mad. You need to work on that part. They say that's the best part of your life is high school. I say bullcrap to that. It's what you make out of it. If you think you're going to do it, you're going to do it. If you think you're going to be all right, you're going to be all right. Joe Max at Florida East Coast Railroad. Cool. We are at Winston-Salem southbound, WSSB, co-owned by CSX and Norfolk Southern, here in central North Carolina. David said, made a big decision today. I thought about jogging. Now I just got to go do it. I think another year I'll be ready for the first step. Yep. And that's what he's saying. Maybe another year he'll be ready for that first step. Well, remember, David, your heart's only going to beat X amount of times. No point in wasting it. Maria said, my job, pay for me to believe it.
I'll pay you. Pay you no attention.
Pay you no damn attention. Jacob said, I eat all that. I have a bellyache. He had a bellyache. And the whole way back, nice and curvy, through some beautiful countryside. And he's over there freaking out because I'm running 55, 60 mile an hour in a 55 zone. He's like, we ain't going to run 93. Whatever. In a SS truck, you can't do SS things. Jane said, yum. Carlos at Papa Renzo said, hello, everyone. He just woke up, and today he's Caputai. I don't know what that means, but glad you are joining us, Papa Renzo.
Hello.
Maria said, if you pay me, I'll believe that you're a fairy. I get you. Baffle said, how about Kyle Busch? How tragic. I hate to hear it.
I did not like the man, but I don't wish death on him.
Nope. Whether you like him or not, 42 is a little young. Jane said, my old employer matched 6% last 3 years of my job, but I put 15% in. Hey, there you go. Maria said, you're talking about adult life things. Yes. Ryan, the furry persona, said, hello, R2 and R3. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Ryan.
Cootie Queen said, yes, Maria. Unfortunately, gross stuff. Yeah, growing up's not fun. That's the dumbest thing I ever said as a kid. I want to be an adult. Jane said, R3, you are young. If it goes down, it will go up. I agree with that. But, again, I'm on a pension. Now, I want y'all to understand what the railroad does. As an engineer, if I don't call in sick for 3 months at a time, I start getting stock options. Every day I work, I start getting stock options, which is great. When I retire, I have to sell off all of my stock options to start drawing my retirement. How much sense does that make? Jane said, hey, Ryan. Kiko said, biggest mistake was becoming an adult. Absolutely. That's why you see me be so silly. Life is too serious to be so serious. Why so serious? Ryan said, hey, Jane. Carlos said, sup, Ryan. Swamp Thing said, is that your husband asleep in the chair? You wish it was, weirdo. It's my padre. Maria said, best part of life is high school. Who the F said that? Well, that is a good part of your life. You are growing up and getting to learn a little bit more about the world. But some people have a better high school experience than others.
I hated mine, but I'll tell you this.
I hated mine
I'm
too.
living my best years right now.
Kiko said, welcome, Ryan. Ryan said, hey, Carlo. John Glad said, the U.S. federal note will soon be worthless. Nothing. John, I hope not, but the way the world's going, they're wanting to move over to that crypto stuff, so that way they can control how much you spend. Jane said, lol, Kiko, did you have an option to grow up? Ryan said, hey, Maria, with a question mark, then corrected it to an exclamation point. John Glad said, the great reset is upon us. I just hope that if it does reset, it resets the right way. Swamp said, I thought the background was a still picture until guy in the yellow stood up. Nope.
Green screen.
Yeah, no, this is the real thing. Kiko's laughing. Jane said, did Kyle Busch die for real? Yeah, yes. He died as a relation to his severe illness. Remember in the race the other day where everybody was giving him flack, talking about he needed to find a doctor for a shot? Turns out that's what killed him.
Not the shot.
Not the shot. Never know. John Glass said, I am happy I can walk and garden, plant a 20-foot row of cowpeas. I'm glad you're farming and doing all that. I will not be doing a garden. Carlos and Papa Renzo isn't feeling
a rose garden.
Carlo, I hate to hear Papa Renzo's not feeling well.
Oh, sorry, Papa Renzo.
Ryan at VR6 Prodigy said he is still a furry. I'm proud of you, Ryan, for accepting your furriness. Just Amber said hi, Randy, and hi, Randy. Hello, Amber.
Hello,
Thank you
Amber.
for coming back. Baffle said, hope you are having a nice evening. Sounds like it. You know, we're having a good evening. We got to meet another friend down the road. Turns out, I have a feeling I will be going back. He can teach me a lot.
I don't even know the name.
Terry.
Terry.
Don't ask me the other one. Maria said, hi, Amber. We miss you. Amber said, hi, Maria. Rodriguez. Sorry. Santiago Rodriguez said, what's up, fellas? What's up, buddy? Carlos said, hello, Amber. Kiko said, R3 dreaming of white chocolate melted. Oh, hold on, I right click. White chocolate melted on top of oat cream cakes and purple crayons.
Oh, yeah.
Hornby said, your dad's truck looks great. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Amber said, hi, Carlo. Cootie Queen says, sounds delish, Kiko. Maria said, can I say my opinion about white chocolate? Yes. Just be careful with the wording. We're going to try to be more family friendly, less cursing. Alexis said 13 and 14, and yes, hello, Alexis. Man, we already up to 15 and 15. The likes are matching the views. Thank y'all. Ryan said, a reset of money won't matter. Don't have any now, won't have none then. Exactly. Janie said, Maria, no. Uh-oh. Maria said, white chocolate is not real chocolate. Well, statistically and factually, that is true. Jane said, what are they saying about him finding a doctor? At the end of the race, apparently he wasn't feeling well and radioed in to find such and such doctor that he needed a shot, that he wasn't feeling well. And apparently the NASCAR community really ripped him a new one over it. Maria said, by the way, when is Kane going to be father and have puppies?
No.
He has been neutered, so he does not have the equipment to do that. Jane said, Maria, I said no. Hornby said, when you were a cop, Randy, did you get a lot of driver speed in front of you trying to get your attention? Trying to get my attention? No. Trying to avoid me? Yes. Now, Hornby, I did work in the middle of downtown. You could call it that thing on the front of your car, the hood. I got a lot of speeders, but where I was, the speed limit was 35 unless you got on the highway, and it was 65. I wrote a guy a ticket. The worst one I ever wrote was 126 and a 35. Maria said, family friendly? You? Nah, don't make me laugh. I'm trying. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I'm just trying. Maria said, trying to get his attention for what? Well, it's like close-up magic, Maria. If I get your attention over here, I can do something over here because you're focused over here. It's exactly what the government does too. But we don't talk about controversial subjects. Amber said, food. I want food. What you want? I got Doritos. I got a couple things of snacks in the back.
Not many. One of them boxes only got one left in it.
Lord. Cootie Queen said, today was a great day at work, though. I think I'm gonna have a great job here. Not gonna lie. Ever had a job that was a high school atmosphere? This isn't one of them. I love it.
Good.
I'll tell you right now, Cootie Queen, the biggest high school atmosphere I ever worked at was the police department.
You did you take that community post down? I was going to show Randy, and
I heard you had horns.
it was gone.
But the police department was the closest thing that I've ever been in to work, being back in high school. Nothing but a popularity contest and who can sleep with who. So, do with that information as you will.
They're having daydreams about night things. Please do not break my pens.
It's not even right. Mr. Vegan said, Kiko, how old are you? Duke Luke Garage said, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Gabriel.
Hello.
Kiko said, that's good, Cootie. And he is 23. Cool. Amber said, all of it. Well, come on by. We'll give you some. Maria said, oh, that's why you start this channel. It's for helping the government to do bad stuff. Exactly. That's why they take all my money, because I'm helping them do bad stuff. I'm trying to tell them we're on the same side here, but they don't listen.
How in the world is somebody get that out of that conversation.
Amber said, hi, Luke. Cootie Queen said, LMAOOOO. Yeah, I took it down. Yeah, he called me after live. He was just like, did you know that Cootie Queen had horns? I said, she has horns? He said, yeah, it's on the community page. I said, I don't see shit.
I said, I thought they were just joking.
Jane said, hi, Duke. Hornby said, why, jaywalking an arrestable offense? I don't know why. I'm not going to pretend I know why. But did you know that in North Carolina, if more than, I think it's 3 people are in a singular dwelling, which is like a building, a house, or something like that with no shoes on, it's considered a brothel? And in most states, they give, the good old-fashioned BJ is against the law, too.
How the hell did we get on that subject?
He asked about jaywalking. And
how
that's
did
why.
that have anything to do with
Because
all
it's
that other
stupid
you went
things.
into?
Like,
Give me my knife.
for example, if you walk your alligator on the certain side of the street, it's against the law.
In High Point?
Yeah.
I thought that was off state.
Pretty sure it's in
that was here.
It might not be
We don't
here.
have alligators here.
Well, you never freaking know. I might bring one. Jane said, Cootie, I didn't get to see it. Rumpel said, yabba dabba dee blah blah dee blah blah. Me, the yabba dabba dabba dee blah king. Ha. Hello, Rumpel. Mr. Vegan said, I'm eating Arby's, eating a cinnamon thing. I've not had Arby's in a while. Amber said, I'm too far away, ... It's okay. It's the thought that counts. But just know, if you were nearby, we would gladly share. Rumpel said, hello, Pops and Randy Jr. Hello, Rumpel.
Hello, Rumpel.
Hope you're doing well. Rumpel said hello to Jane, Cootie Queen, Ryan, and Carlo. Jane said, hey, Rumpel. Maria said, y'all gossip about your followers with your father after the live? Well, I wasn't in the live.
Why do you call it gossiping?
We're talking about how to better the live, and we like to get to know people. Like, for example, I know when somebody's birthday is. So when their birthday comes up,
keep all this positive.
I am going to tell everybody that it's their birthday. Carlos said, Sump Rumpel. Amber's laughing. Cootie Queen said, posted it again. I'll delete it later, LOL. Hold on. I got my phone this time, damn it. Community.
You can go on there.
For the Chippinator.
There it is.
Cool.
See him right there.
Yeah, I see him.
There's one right there.
Cool. Well, I have only seen one other person with horns. Let's see. But that is cool. Rumpel said, well, hello, Rumpel. Music said, nope. Cootie Queen said, hey, Rumpel. Mr. Vegan said, my birthday is December 2nd. The other person's is close to that, just not month-wise. Maria said, nah, I don't think you remember my birthday. I never said it was your birthday. But you kick a dog, it'll bark. Oh, yep. Oh, Music retracted their message. Hornby said, the Simpsons police chief Wiggin? That's about how I was, just dumber than a box of rocks. Cootie Queen said, I'd go and delete now. Okay. Jane said, OMG Cootie, that's great. You do you. I saw a man one time at a water park. He had a tattoo on his, I guess, upper bicep. And he had like the implants that like looked like eyes for the skull, and they were sunk in. It was like PVC or something like that, whatever the hell it was. Looked cool as shit. Weird to see as a kid, but cool. Jane said, how many piercings in your lip? At least one. Mr. Vegan said, do y'all ever talk about me off the live stream? Nope. Carlos said, what was your ranking in the police force, Randy? I got up to, if I wouldn't have left, I would have tested that month for Master Police Officer 1. So I went through Police Officer 1, 2, and I was going to go to Master Police Officer 1. I did not make it to supervision. If I was there still, I probably would be at a lieutenant level. We didn't have anything under that. We did not have sergeants. We had lieutenant, captain, major, chief. My end goal was to make it to chief, but then I realized how political things were, and I said, I am not part of that. Mr. Vegan said, so do you not talk about anyone specific? No. If I'm not here, like I will be leaving here in a few minutes. If something goes on, he might call me or I might call him, and I might say, what the hell was up with such and such tonight? And he might can inform me. Or I might see he look mad. Well, what'd somebody do piss you off? But no, it's not anybody specific. Cootie Queen said, thank you, Jane. I appreciate it. I've got many compliments, but only one negative comment from an old lady. I count that as a win. Well, you tell that old lady.
To buy herself a box of crayons.
Purple ones. Draw her a
herself
box.
a box and stay the F in it.
And if she doesn't like it, she ain't got to have it. Christopher said, is this a fart prank video channel? If you donate $5, I'll fart. Rumpel said, is it a town or city? It was the city of High Point, North Carolina. The furniture capital of the world.
That's Thomasville.
Whatever. Either way, we don't do it anymore. It's where Furniture Market is.
Thomasville is the furniture capital of the world, but they had the furniture market in High Point.
Maria said, well, that old lady is a beach. I agree. I agree with you, Maria.
I agree with you, Maria.
Jane said, Cootie, I don't see gauges in. Craig Built said, hello, everyone. Hello, Craig. How have you been?
Hello, Craig.
Maria said, oh, no, please, don't give him $5. We sold a fart for what? $10 one
A
time?
bag of them one time.
Yeah, and he never come back in.
He never gave me his address.
Nope.
He gave me the $10 though.
Jane said, hi, Craig. Hornby said, what would you do if a police car with a police officer turned up at the garage? Nothing. The regular city cops won't come out here because we're not in the city limits. But I've had, what, 8 in the driveway, 13 total because of that standoff? Listen, I make them more uncomfortable than they make me. But I've not done anything wrong, so if they want to pull in, I've told the State Highway Patrol and the deputies, if they want somewhere to park, they're welcome to park in my driveway. If it's during their shift, if we're here and they got to use the restroom or something, they're welcome to come here. I do not discriminate on who's allowed here, but the people who's not allowed here are aware of that. But I am
Just
not going to...
no dumbasses.
That eliminates a lot of people. But, yes. Mr. Vegan said, nah, Cootie, tell the lady to go to the store and buy herself a personality. Yeah. Rumpel said, poor old lady, what will she do with the crayons? She gonna draw her a box and stay in it. It's just DeRay said, you guys are always beautiful to me and you're awesome. Thank you, DeRay.
Thank you.
Been a minute since I saw your name. Glad to see you again. Carlos said, sup, Craig. Cootie Queen said, I wouldn't say that. I was checking her out. All I did was smile, and she told her to have a great day. And gauges, I stretched my septum, so it's much bigger than the average septum, but my ears rejected.
The hell's the septum?
Huh?
Yes.
I'm not 100% sure. Septum.
She said something about her ear. Her ear wouldn't accept.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. To do her earlobes. But I don't know what this. I guess I can Google it. Oh, nose.
Nose.
Jane said nose.
Why don't we? Septum's a whole lot bigger word than nose.
Septum. S-E-P-T-U-M.
Yeah.
It's literally 2 letters more.
Still more.
Whatever.
Nose, and everybody knows what a nose is.
Kiko said, what else should one do with crayons, man? Eat them. No, don't eat them. Don't eat them. If you want to, go get you a coloring book and just color. You don't have to be a kid to color in a coloring book. But be careful. A lot of times people that like to do like heroin and hard drugs like that will go and buy coloring books because the colors look really pretty when they're high. Maria said the
Coloring
police...
books is not colored. You got to color
Yeah,
them.
but the color, whenever they color, it looks really pretty to them, apparently. I've had multiple tell me that. Maria said the police is afraid of R3. They've never come back. So I'm not saying they're afraid of me, but I have made some of them scared. Jane said, hi, DeRay. Kiko said, exquisite flavor. Yes, very exquisite. Jane said, okay, Cootie, I expected ear gauges. Somebody here? They're just sitting there? Huh.
Oh, I can pull it up there in front of the Toyota and Fireball.
I don't either.
I had to get my pointer stick
Aye!
and act like a teacher again. Like a mad teacher. Somebody wanted to know why I was like a mad teacher with my stick the other day.
Because you are. Mr. Vegan said, I show support to WWE editors on YouTube. You show support to who you want to. I show support to the people who show support to us. As best as I can. Cootie Queen said septum piercing is the nose piercing above the lip. Gotcha. It's just Ray said, Jane, how are you? With a nice smiley face. And it looks like a rose. Cootie Queen said, in between the two nostrils, that was my very first piercing. Oh! I
Like
call
a
that
bull.
the bull nose piercing.
Yeah. Because it looks like a bull.
But just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean I'm mad at people for doing it. Everybody's
Everybody
different.
expresses themselves different ways.
Exactly. Like most people think our burnouts are stupid, but I enjoy them. Rumpel said, are those piercings non-magnetic? ECG would be tough. Still, x-rays would light up. My small pendant showed up as a bullet. Funny scene. I bet it did. But that was funny. But before you go through like a MRI or anything like that, they make you remove stuff like that. If
Could you
not,
imagine
it
going
will be
through one of
removed.
them and all them piercings go.
Yeah. I wonder if I can go through those now. Jane said, DeRay, I went out to eat barbecue ribs, then a hot fudge sundae.
Yummy.
Maria said, can you congratulate me because I finished my exams? Good job, Maria.
Congratulations. What did you score on them?
Hopefully you passed. Rumpel said, Jane, ooh, nice. Maria said, your father moves a lot. Tell him to stop. 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 The 18-year-old said, stop. You're only 39 years older than her. So stop it. Carlos said, sounds delicious, Jane. Jane said, correct. Congrats, Maria. Kiko said, sounds good, Jane. Hornby said, your dad likes Queen, the band. I like Queen. I like Queen.
I couldn't tell you what Queen sang.
Maria said,
because
crazy
I don't
teacher.
care.
David said, what's up, Bob? What's up, David? Jane said, it was yummy. Carlos said, good girl, Maria. Proud of you. Jane said, hi, David. Maria said, thanks, y'all. Cootie Queen said, I say all the time, mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Nah.
That makes sense now. Maria said, no, I wouldn't call your burnout stupid, but I might call you that.
There we are with that negativity shit.
Again, remember, everybody fights a fight that you might not know anything about. I don't think people appreciate being called stupid. Sometimes people are very stupid, and it needs to be said.
I think Carlos
But-
said it the best the other day. Everybody is smart in their own way.
Exactly. I think Albert Einstein said that if you judge an elephant on its ability to climb a tree, then it's stupid. But everybody's different. Jane said, lol, cootie. Mr. Vegan said, also, I show my support to my folks in my community that are my age group. I consider a very small group I have. And we give each other positive statements and say our feelings and defend each other. Well,
That's what I try to do in here, and somebody kicks me in negative.
Jane said, the rod up your butt is titanium. It's okay. Well, I went through a metal detector and it didn't go off, and I was very disappointed.
It's not up his butt, it's through it.
Maria said, I don't know. They didn't tell us yet. Well, I'm sure you did fine. Daryl at Metal Art Custom said, I changed my premiere to a regular video tonight. I'm still at the shop. All right, Daryl. Erwin said, howdy. Hello, Erwin. Maria said, the 18-year-old, I'm almost 19. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And you might not make it to 19. You never know. You might
Somebody
wake up
else
dead
is
tomorrow.
almost 19 too.
Yeah, I was almost 19. Rumpel said, why does that chat hide some comments? I think somebody, Ryan explained to you, but whenever you first click on, it immediately goes to top chat. But you have to change it to all messages. Maria said, older than your mom, lol. John Glass said, it's a bad week to stop drinking. It's never a bad week to stop drinking if it's something you want to do. It does suck because it's a holiday weekend, but good job.
It suck for the people wanting to go out on the water. The water's so far down.
Yep. Jane said, I love Queen. Freddie Mercury was so talented. And hey, Daryl. Ryan said, Rumpel, top right of the screen, go to settings, switch chat filter to all messages. You have to change it to that every time. And if you leave the live and come back, you have to change it again. Jane said, I could have dropped off ice cream, Daryl. Maria said, exactly. Everyone is smart in their way. Exactly. Listen, again, I will tell this and I will kill on this hill. Some people are bad at test taking. So judging everybody based off of a test score is bullcrap. Okay? Like, Dad's not good at test taking. I understand the psychology behind test taking, so it's pretty hard to screw it up. For example, I went on the DMV's website yesterday, and turns out I can pass the damn CDL tests. So I could go to DMV and pass their test.
You should do it and get your permit.
I thought about it, but then I had to pay $64. Rumpel said, Ryan, yeah, I already did that, but why does YouTube do it? Because YouTube's sometimes stupid.
But
Daryl
they're
said-
smart in their own way.
Yep. Daryl said, I picked some up for the girls. I didn't want any. I just ate my chocolate cake and come back to work. Alright. Ryan said, not my fault. Elephant can't climb a tree, though. Look. Yeah, exactly. Kevin said, hey, brother, don't worry. Forgive me and trust me. As long as you trust Bugs Bunny, we trust you. Cootie Queen said, I set off metal detectors for sure. Well, that's okay. Then you can say, I'm armed to the teeth. Ryan said, I'm not sure, Rumpel. They just suck. Exactly. Mr. Vegan said, who can't stand the positive thing, Pops? Lol. Mr. Mark said, Dad, why did you leave me and Mom? Because your mom's an asshole. John Glass said, and atomic bombs. I like atomic bombs. Hornby said, I think your dad is tired. He is. We both are. Rumpel said, Ryan, YouTube's motto seems to be, if it ain't broke, bankrupt it. Yeah, if it ain't broke, fix it. Ryan
I was wore out before 11 o'clock today. I want y'all to know I worked hard on that bucket this morning.
Ryan said, Cootie, I have got scanned every 3 months, so I couldn't have many piercings. I'd get annoyed putting it back in so many times. I bet so. Maria said, Teacher Randy, what you going to teach us today?
What do you want to learn? Student
Jane
Maria?
said the water level there is high. It's Baden Lake is what was it, 13-foot low, something
Something
like
like that. There's piers sitting on the ground.
that? Yeah, most of the piers are.
And
on the
it's
ground.
not even the lowest because they showed one the other day that the
It's a very high fluting lake,
could
and it's
see-
basically gone.
yeah, you couldn't see no damn water inside of it.
Kiko said, damn, R2 looking like he needs some ICGW. I don't know what that is.
Ice cold glacier.
Oh!
water.
Rumpel said, Jane, do you know Freddie Mercury was a Parsi, Zoroastrian of India origin? He did it well. Oh, cool. Ryan said, YouTube does a bunch of dumb stuff no one asked for. I'm of average intelligence and can't figure out why I'd need a filter. I can figure out why you need a filter. Jane
Ice
said, I knew that,
cold
Rumpel.
Glacier water.
Cootie Queen said, ice cold glacier water. Jane said, Zanzibar. Maria said, don't forget Mickey Mouse love you. Rumpel said, Jane, yes. Maria said, Snoopy loves you too. Jacob said, atomic farts, lol. Maria said, he's tired of eating. Kiko sent ice, XXX underscore ICGW underscore XXX. Raw556, I think your dad's tired of your shit. Oh, he always is. But guess what? He gonna get more of it. Carlos said, Snoopy Dog. Let's see. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Where was I? Jane said, LOL Kiko, ICGW. Geez, I had to think. I had no freaking clue what y'all were talking about. Jeffrey said, hi everyone, it's Palm Beach Pete here. Well, hello. Maria said, Teacher Randy teaches how to be cool like you. Well, you got to wear your sunglasses at night. Because I am with my
All you gotta do is be
sunglasses
a
at
positive
night.
soul.
Cootie Queen said, sick gamer tag, Kiko.
But it's gonna be hard to be cool like me.
Ryan asked if we got rain yet. It drizzled. It looks like it's done right now, but it is starting to turn darkness. Maria said, how to build a free phone stand. That is by getting older. Mr. Vegan said, my AI told me I spent too much on it because I spent 16 hours straight on it and it told me to get off. That's a lot of water. Kiko said, thanks, Cootie. Would have used it if we were back to 2012. Maria said, put the bottle down. Now, Rumpel said, yes, Pop. Super soak him. No. Kiko said, good times. I agree. I do miss those days of playing Call of Duty and Minecraft and all kinds of other games and not being so stressed out about life. Jane said, step away from the water, Pops. Cootie Queen said, you could still use it in Call of Duty lobby for sure, Kiko. I miss playing Call of Duty where it wasn't so stupid. But I'm sure you could. John Glass had put the candle back. Mr. Vegas said, John, are you the that I was talking to a few nights ago? Maria said, see how a 57 dude wants to start problems with teen kids?
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Beep, beep. Back the bucking truck up. You must have missed it when I would have my eyes closed and he poked me in the stomach about made me poop.
No, you're starting crap with the 18-year-old.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you. Sorry.
I'm not a teenager. Jane said, don't poke his belly. He may spontaneously combust.
I ain't lying. As tight as it was earlier, I thought it was going to explode.
Rumple
What did I
said,
start with a 18-year-old? What in the world she talking about? What did I
Rumple
do?
said, hey, Goat Raiders climbed all the way to the leaderboard. Well, we figured of all things we could do is we could put them up there.
That's why they're green, because they don't pay.
Yep. But the amount of, they got us 400 subscribers in one evening, and that's the least we could do is tell them thank you. And if anybody's ever curious, we'll gladly send them over if they start doing their raids again. Cootie Queen said, I'm having macaroni and loaded hot dogs.
Speaking of which, Christine's not been in here lately. I wonder if she's on a different shift or,
She's probably on a different
you know,
shift.
she was going to be off a couple of days from those
Yeah.
2 weeks or 12 hours.
Yep, so she's possibly on a different shift. Macaroni and loaded hot dogs. That sounds like a hell of a combination, but I could go for it. Auto Dash the dude, I know you from work. Do you know Fatney? Yeah. Kiko said the lobby voice chat experience was something else back in the older Call of Duties. Yeah. Maria's laughing and said, thought HW, though you are the teen kid. Hornby said, I have to go to bed now. My girlfriend is tired.
See you,
Good night,
Hornby.
Hornby and Miss Hornby. Have a good night. Mr. Vegan said, I'm 14 and to be on Maria's side here, Pops does mess with me. Maria said, he. And John Glass said, Mr. Vegan.
The same as
No.
I tell this one. I only react, because outside of that, I will not muck with you.
Jane said, take care, Hornby. Rumple said, Jane, oh, did you
Unless
also
you're
read
real.
up on some people spontaneously combusting? It's a fascinating phenomenon.
What? Unless you're Maria, then I do mess with her.
Kiko said, see you, Hornby. Maria said, Mr. Vegan, don't stand with me. Cootie Queen said, damn, John's shutting it down. John Glass said, absolutely not.
Stand by me. Nope.
Maria said, if you stand with me, then I must did something wrong. Jane said, Rumple, I've seen where people blow up, lol. On your Kegalade said, hey, cowboy. Rumple said, Jane, with a laughing face and a thumbs up. Carlos said, Paparenzo asked if you have any Italian viewers. We've had a handful come in before, but they don't make their presence known anymore. We've not had a lot of new experiences. Cootie Queen,
Or new people?
new people. Cootie Queen said, this is an interesting chat time. Love it. Well, we enjoy this. This is the whole thing of the chat, is to enjoy the time, talk to people.
And be able to smile and have fun.
Yep.
Nobody get their little panties in a wad.
Feelings hurt.
And just enjoy
There's
things.
people from all walks of life and all over the globe. And it's just a good time. It just goes to show that the world's just full of too much hatred. Maria said, you didn't teach us how to be cool. I said, wear your sunglasses at night. So I can watch you live and breathe. Mr. Vegan said, dang, ultimate betrayal, Maria and Randy. Why did you do that face on my last message? Be best if I don't. I'll tell you when you get older. Jane said, Cootie, so many different ages, different walks of life. Exactly, and it's pretty damn nice. It just goes to show that there is a generalized assumption about people of the world and people of age groups, and they're not always right. But then again, sometimes they are right. Cootie Queen said, everyone be sure to like the stream. Ah, crap, just now liked it myself. Oops. And you were first place in the first one in, and you just liked it. We're going to have to work on that. Carlos said, I'm Italian, if anyone didn't already know. Italian Australian. That sounds like some hell of a good food. Kiko said, guilt. Maria said, wait, let me wear my sunglasses. There you go. Kiko said Italian from the U.S. No, Carlo is in Perth, Australia. So he is 12 hours ahead of us. Cootie Queen said, I am ashamed. Well, your punishment's over. Carlo said, I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. Jane said, Carlo, we knew that. You sweet talk Olivia with all that. Speaking of that, hadn't heard from her in a while. Maria said, good news. I can't see with sunglasses. I can still see. Poppy said, hey, I haven't been here in a long time. How y'all been?
Hello,
How y'all doing?
hey.
I hadn't seen you in a while. I'm glad you moseyed your way on back in. But we've been doing good, buddy. I'm glad I got to see your message before I left. Rumpel said, sunglasses at night? Sure. People may start calling you Stewie Wonder or Ray Charles. As long as they don't call me late to dinner. Kiko said, yes, Cootie. My live reaction was like the cat on your profile picture. Carlos said, he, Jane. Maria said, we are cool now, R3. Shake and bake. Maria said, R2 needs ages to be cool like us. Mr. Vegan said, I looked it up, and Google said your face expression meant suspicion of what I said. Well, Google definitely ain't wrong. Donkey Chili, or Chill, said Electoral College. Okay. Maria said, with his stupid water bottles. Jane said, hey, Poppy. Jason, right? On that note, I'm going to head toward the house. What? I look cool. I'm sorry you don't. You want these? Maybe you can look cool like me. Cootie squeezing lame ass. Poppy said, glad all is well. Hope you're well as well.
What'd you call him? Jason is JS son.
It's Poppy.
Oh, that's Poppy?
No, that's no, I've not even talked to them.
Oh. JS son said, well, whatever you do, stay away from the damn
Enchiladas.
yeah, no shit.
No.
Mr. Biggin said, why was you suspicious?
You better
Cootie said, what the hell? Traitors, cowards? Okay.
Traitorous coward. I have to get up early. I work hard on Fridays.
Brenda says, hey, y'all need to help me where I should go if I fail the anatomy because I think my parents going to kick me out.
Come on, little Murphy.
Clean under the desk for me to sleep there.
Love you, Daddy.
Love you. Be careful, buddy.
Hey, it feels good out here now.
Rumble said, no long words, please. Pops is already half asleep. Maria said, or under the couch. I don't think I'd sleep under it. Might sleep on top of it. A lot more comfortable. Carlos said, later, R3, have a great evening. Kiko said, yeah, keep it simple, Pops. Has like 7% battery. Mr. Biggin said, goodbye, Randy. Be safe. Jane said, on the Coochie Maria. Jane says, bye, R3. Maria said, no, because Kane gonna sleep on the couch. No, we don't let Kane in here. He tear that thing up. Carlos said, bye.
See you, Carlos.
No, if we let Kane in here, Kane would tear that couch up. Cootie said, what's wrong with Kane? He's a good boy. He is. He's real good. He's still in the puppy stage. He absolutely loves tearing everything up. Jane said, Kane will share. Mr. Vegan said, has Leo not come in yet? I hadn't heard Randy say his name yet. You're not Leo, are you, Mr. Vegan? Fred said, teach him how to be a good dog. We're working on it. Mr. Vegan said, good. Oh, that's right. You didn't like what Leo said. I forgot. Fish memory. Cootie Queen said, with how you reacted yesterday, WWE, I wouldn't be surprised if he couldn't show up at all. Yeah, I know. So people do that, and that's what really gets me is people do stuff and then run other people away. But whatever. Rumble said, how old is Kane? Kane should be about 2. Maria said, do you use fish memory in real life too? Yep. Mr. Vegan said, good, Cootie. What do you mean real life? Is this not real life? Cootie said, that's not good, WWE. Rumble said, what happened yesterday? I fell asleep, had a rough day. Was it yesterday? I don't remember, Rumble. Maria said, really? I mean, I'll say it to Randy and stuff. I don't say it out and about. Lexa said, hi. Maria said, no, I mean outside the lives. I mean, I'll pick around about it and stuff. If somebody says something, I'll just tell them I got a fish memory, but I don't, I mean, sort of, kind of, maybe. Rumble said, Jane said, Alexa's. Alex said, 16, 25. Jane said, Lord, Rumble going to beat Alexis to it. Mr. B said, Cootie, I felt made fun of, so I was defending my ego, and so he should have been a little less judgmental. Maybe you should have been a little less judgmental and quit being so quick to getting upset. He did not know, but again, we are not going to get into it. I will not keep living up the past. Rumble said, Jane, laughing. Kiko said, Cootie, why you calling him WWE? Because he was WWE, he said so much stuff, and he got booted out of the channel, and he come back as Mr. Vegan. Alex said 16 and 26. Mr. Vegan said, Kiko, I don't know. Maria said, I thought about making medical card for you and Randy with your faces on and write, sorry, don't judge me, I have fish memory. Maria said that'd be a cool idea. Yeah, Cootie's got her mouth zipped shut. Kiko said left my ass off. Maria said if anyone asks you what is that, just tell them call Dr. Maria. Jason Maria, you can make me an old lady fish memory? Question mark. Can you? Kiko said caught in 8,000. Carlos said I feel like I have to wee. Cootie says WWD, you can't anyone otherwise. Maria said, Cootie, you weren't here when they cooked the turkey? Maria said, Lord Jane, I would have loved to. I forgot about the turkey. What are you barking at, boy? Don't know what he's barking at. Cootie said I was not. Maria said, Cootie, I really wished if you have anything I could send you photos and videos on. Maria said, I'll send you all the video pictures I made about them. Ryan said, gotta get, what's up? What's that? Not what's up. What's that? Jane said, Pops, it's taking you a while to go through Cheez-Its. Yeah, I eat them when I'm at. I don't eat them a lot here, but like when I eat my sandwiches, I like them with my sandwiches. Ryan said, "Hey, Mr. Vegan." Oh, Mr. Vegan said, "Hey, Ryan." Cody said, "Do you have Snapchat, Maria? I'm sorry, I'm so little up to date on this." Uncle said, "Ryan, you didn't have question mark. What do you use for short messages? Regular text message or chat? iChat?" Maria said, "I do have Snapchat, but I don't know how to use it. It only takes pictures. I only take pictures with it." Jane said, "How do you feel, Ryan?" Cody said, Cody said, "Hey, Ryan, tell me about your cute cat, right? Meow." Ryan said, "No, I was telling Maria and Cody, LOL." Mr. Vegan said, "That's good, Ryan. Why is Pop skipping some of my comments?" Because I'm not going to continue to talk about the past. I've told you that. Rumble said, Ryan, oh. Rumble said, Ryan, oh, I might have said it right, I don't know. Ryan said, "I'm feeling okay, Jane, tired as hell, slept all damn day." Maria said, "Ryan, do you have any social media?" Alexa said, "Hi." Cootie says, "Ryan, I demand cat knowledge." Alexa said, "No." Jane said, "Well, you gotta listen to your body, Ryan." Maria said, "Where's your stick, teacher?" "Right outside." Jane said, "Lol, listen to Cootie, Ryan, right? Meow." Ryan said, "Maria, no, I only have this." Cootie said, "He's so cute." Mr. Vegan said, well, I'm sorry that is other more important stuff in life than worrying about if I'm WWE, because I'm not." Rumble said, "I'm tired too. It's 5:30 a.m. off to Fairyland. Take care, everyone." See you, Rumble. Thanks for stopping in. Alexa's question mark. Car. Maria said, "Teach us something about the world." "The world goes round and round, round and round, round and round." Jane said, "Take care, Rumble." Mr. Vegan said, STA, capital A. Mr. Vegan said, I'm I. Rumble said, Jane, laters, TC. Maria said, "Thank you. I have a lot of wisdom now." Good. I'm glad. Ryan said, "You're right, Jane. Lol. I woke up at 2 a.m. and started my day. By 9, I was back inside and laying down." Maria said, "Round and round like Randy Head." Ryan said, "Have a good one, Rumple." Cootie said, "Maria, every year is becoming longer." Jane said, 2 a.m. Good grief. Rumple said, "Ryan, laters, TC." Ryan said, "Yeah, Jane, it sucked." Maria said, "No way." Cootie said, "Yes way." Maria said, "Did you know you can't see with your without your glasses?" "Yeah, that's why I put them on." Kiko says, "Damn, only purple crayon eaters sleep at 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. here in Denmark." Ryan said, 3A is about normal. 2A was definitely early. Ryan said, bye, Kiko. Maria said, exactly. Exactly. That's what Maria said. Maria said, Kiko, you're in Denmark? Cootie said, I forgot you're in Denmark, Kiko. Love that you're willing to find the time to watch it. Daryl said, Kyle Busch died today. Yep. I did not like the man, but I did not wish death on him. I hate it for his family. Maria said, yes, exactly. That's what I said. Kiko said, yeah, sleeping schedule is extra late since I went full time on something. Cootie said, who TF is Kyle Busch? He was a NASCAR driver. Daryl said, I just heard about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. Kiko said, see you vegan. I mean, now I don't have any reason to stay up late because there's no exam. Marissa had heard about what? Kyle Busch passing away. Marissa, I tried to sleep, counted the sheep, but I couldn't. And Maria said, who? Kyle Busch. He was a NASCAR driver. Cootie said, I got to ask my boyfriend about it. Wonder if he's going to have the same reaction as y'all. Kiko said, Cootie, it's a breath of fresh air. Mr. Vegan said, I like Frank Munson, the Malcolm in the Middle actor. He also does NASCAR. I've never heard of him in NASCAR, but I don't follow it that much. Cootie said, I agree, Kiko. Jane said, Kyle Busch is a race car driver. Was. Maria said, was he a good person? I didn't like him. I absolutely could not stand him. But again, I don't wish death on nobody. I hate that he passed away, but I didn't like him. He was an asshole, if you ask me. Carlos says, I like to poop and wee, okay. Maria said, why? I just didn't like him. He was an asshole. He just always stirred up shit, always run his mouth. Always cried about every damn thing. Mr. Vegan said, Carlo, that's not gonna rage bait me. Cootie said, there's only one race, the human race. Slap. What about NASCAR? Jane said, Carlo, nope. Maria said, Law, that sounds like me. Mr. Vegan said, hey, Jane. Jane said, don't you think most NASCAR drivers are crybabies? I just never liked Kyle. I liked his brother Kurt, but I just never liked Kyle. He was always seem to be just the wrong. Like I said, I just couldn't stand him. It is what it is. I hate he's dead, though. I really, that's bad. Maria said, why did you leave your career as a doctor and start teaching? I just didn't have the patience. Mr. Vegan says, Pops, please stop doing that face when you read my comments. What face am I doing, Mr. Vegan? Carlos says, I'm having a nice big beef ribeye steak for dinner tonight. Maria said, of course, because you killed them all. Carlo, I know what you're doing. Let's don't hunt. Let's don't do that. I know his jack leg's gonna turn around. Yep. Maria said, Randy, Cootie said, I left my ass off, Pops, messing with me, messing me up, haha. Kiko said, poor vegan, Miss Free, oh my goodness. That exhausted face. Little 4 said, smile, Pops, just because you're beautiful. Jane said, hey, Little 4, hello, Little 4. Mr. Vegan says, Kiko, I don't need your pity. Cootie said, ha ha. Chris, oh my God, stop making that face while reading my comments. I'll sue you. Little 4 said, hey, gang. Little said, hey, what's up? What's all that snow stuff on the pic? I don't know. What pic did he put up? I don't even know what he put up. Jane said, hey, Lotus. Lotus says, hello, Lotus. Lotus said, hey, Jane. We got 14 people, 30 thumbs up. Cootie said, I think he's talking about the thumbnail for the live. I don't know what Randy put up. I didn't see it. Randy did it. Carlos said, Pops, Papa Renzo wants to know which breed of dog is Kane. Papa Renzo is an animal lover. He's a Great Dane. Cootie said, live. Bev said, long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while. Welcome back. Jane said, how's your day? Lotus. Chris said, okay, seriously, stop. If I continue laughing like this, my parents are going to wake up. Carlos said, what's up, Lotus? Whoop. Lotus said, he put a pic of your black truck covered in snow. Lord have mercy. I don't know why he did that. Mr. Vegan said, and Carlo, you think you're going to rage bait by saying this stuff like we and meat stuff, but you're not going to, so goof luck. Cross fingers. Lotus said, Pick, what's up, Carlo? Hi, Maria. Hi, Little. Maria said, hello, Lotus. Kiko said, Randy, for Halloween, you have to dress up and do the live in your costume. That would be cool. Cootie said, hey, Lotus. Southern said, rest in peace, Lane Staley. I don't know who that is. Lotus said, hey, Cootie. Maria said, do that face again. Bev said, I was on an Alaskan cruise, so amazing, I don't want to come home. I want to do a cruise so bad. That'd be so cool. Lotus said, Lotus said, Rage Bait is vegan making himself the center of attention again. He sure is. Sam said, everyone ready for summer? Yes, I am. You are bewitched, said, my friend hired a lawyer from Nate and Associates. Jane said, what costume should Pops wear this year? Carlos said, Papa Rizzo says he heard Kane barking. Is he barking? He's in charge. That's right. He lets everybody know who protects this place. Kiko said, dress up as a purple crayon. That'd be cool. Ray said, Sam, no, I'm not ready for summer. I hate summer. Cootie said, Kiko, I don't know if you were here, but we were talking about Pops and Chippinator being Luigi and Mario, or Pops being Smurf. Either one of them I think would be cool. I've never been able to dress up for Halloween. It was always thought to be stupid, and I've always wanted to do something, but I've never, once I got out of the kids' age, I never dressed up and everything. So it would be cool. Kiko said, or just wear a wig. Jane said, hi Sam, it's cold here. I'm ready. Lotus said, such an attention hound. Kiko, he loves to do it. Kiko said, Law wasn't here, Cootie. Maria said, yep, this Smurf would be a good idea. Tell you what I'm going to do here. I have had enough. How's this? Alright. Lotus said Mario and Luigi would be cool. Kiko said, Vegan, you're a good soul. You'll figure it out. He'll come back as something else, but he's not coming back as Mr. Vegan. I told y'all I'm tired of putting up with it. I've been nice to people and I've done everything I can, but I'm not going to do it. Maria said, oh, did you cancel? I just hid Mr. Vegan. I'm not dealing with it. Yes. Lotus said, Randy and Randy, the Blues Brothers. Jay said, okay, let's see what other account we will see. Kiko said, we won't forget him. I don't want to forget him. He seems like he could be a good kid, but he just, I'm not dealing with it. I've tried. Maria says, no, Kiko, give me 2 days and I'll forget about him. Maria said he's a teenager. Lotus said, it's a cop car. It got cop brakes and cop wheels. And Maria said, how were you like as a teenager? I was always happy. Happy-go-lucky. I mean, I hated school, but I was so glad to get out of school, and either I would go straight to work or straight to the lake. I stayed away from everybody, and I was always at the water. I loved water. James said, Lord Maria, I want you on my side. Kiko said, yeah, fun kid, though. Lotus said, who you talking about? Maria said, got you, Jane. If you're talking to me, Lotus, I was talking about Mr. Vegan. Lilith Forrest says, I hope Kyle gives a high five to Dale for me. I don't know if they were friends, but I don't know that he might. Cootie said, Kiko, it might be best too. I ignore him so well, it doesn't even cross my mind when his chats pop up. I just don't want to fuel the drama no hate at all. I think he grabs something and feeds off of it. Yeah, that's the reason that he's not allowed to watch certain programs, because he gets so he needs to control himself, and I know it's probably it's probably not good for him. He probably can't help some of it, but some of it I believe he can. Lotus said, "Have you ever seen the Blues Brothers, Randy?" Yeah, they played blues music, right? I mean, yeah. Maria said, "What is his real name? Anybody know?" I do not. Lotus said, "Who is Mr. Vegan? I bet I wouldn't like that guy." Kiko said, "Yeah, you're right, Cootie. Just hope he doesn't take it to heart. But if he's been kicked before on another account, then yeah, he'll be back on something different." Jane said, "We don't know. Maria, Kiko, we just blocked the third account for him." CR7 says, "Big love from Iran, bro. Welcome. We got nothing but love for Iranians." Maria said, "I watched American Sniper movie today. Did you?" Alexa said, "Yes." Lotus said, "No, the movie The Blues Brothers." No, I haven't seen the movie. No. Alexa said, "Hi." Green Dog said, "I got 350 heads on a 305 engine. I get 10 miles to the gallon, and I ain't got no good intentions. Any advice? Keep it to the floor and have a good time." Alexa's got a question mark. Maria said 3/10. I don't like war movies. I find them boring. 3 out of 10. Jane said, "That's a great movie, Maria." Graham said, "Markhamsers, where are you? I'll come to say hello to me. I know you're there." Lotus says, Dan Aykroyd and John Belsish. Nickel Pony said, "Good evening, and everybody." Hello, Nickel Pony. Maria said, "Lord, maybe because I live in a war zone." Lotus said, it's great, man. Old 80s movie comedy. Huh. Cootie said, "I just remember when he was trying to convince us all that WWE was cussing him out and that all that. Like you don't ever see Mr. Vegan and WWE in the same room, LMAO." Daryl said, "Well, they don't need inside the building anymore. I'm going home 14 and a half hours. Today is long enough." I understand, David. Daryl. Jane said, "Green Dog, give it hell." That's right. Bev said, "Blue Brothers and the song Rubber Sandwich." Jane said, "Hey, Nickel." Alexa's got a bunch of faces with money tongues sticking out. Carlos said, "I've seen the Blues Brothers." Lotus says, "Dang, Daryl, that's a long day." Nickel Pony said, "Hey, Miss Jane, how are you? Lotus said, "Good movie, right, Carlo?" Kiko said, "Laugh my ass off, Cootie." Maria said, "I'm getting sleepy." Daryl said, "Very, especially after getting 4 hours of sleep last night." Woo. Carlos said, "Favorite movie when I was a kid was The Goonies." James said, "Nickel, I'm feeling fat and sassy." Maria said, "See you guys later." See you, Maria. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Good luck on the grades. Carlos said, "Yep, great movie." Lotus. Jane said, "Take care, Maria." Jane says, "Daryl, why only 4 hours?" Maria said, "Why you put Pops Jr. in the corner? That's mean." Cody said, "Bye, Maria." Carlos said, bye-bye, Maria. Little Force, I'm thinking of buying a mule. These gas prices are painful. Yeah, I understand. Maria said, put him next to you. 14 people, 32 thumbs up. James said, I agree, Little Four. Glad I don't have to buy diesel. Maria said, now. Randy arrived at home. Little and Four said, I drive a diesel. Yeah, I got to go get some. I was running low when I got back here with the skid steer today. Listen, wait till you see the cost of Maria care of a mule. Maria said, okay, I'll leave then. Yeah, I would imagine taking care of the mules, somebody still got all the prices going to go up. Feed, hay, and all that. Cootie said, I think my boyfriend told me it took him $60 to only get 2/3 of the gas tank. Oh yeah, it take me over $100 to fill up my truck, and over $150 to fill up my diesel, and about $1,200 to fill up the. Nah, let's see. It'd be $800-900 to fill up the Vivo, probably, maybe more. Jane said, "Oh boy, sorry, Little Four." Maria said, "No, just kidding. Bye. See you, Maria." Kiko said, "CYA." Little Four said, "Still won't trade it for a compact car." Jane said, "Cootie, I have a Honda Pilot. Fill it, and 2.5 gallons of gas can last a week. $108. Lotus said, "Holy poop, Vivo holds a lot of fuel." Yeah, let's see. I think one tank. I think it holds. 150. I think it holds 250 gallons, I believe. I think. Little Four said, I'm 4'11" and 100 pounds. I like feeling my big every now and then. Feeling big every now and then. Alexis said, hi. Cootie said, Pops, if I send you a picture of my boyfriend's car, would you tell me the year and model? I want to buy him stuff for his car, but he insists to hide the information from me. I can try. But if you're around his car, you can open up the driver door and there's a silver plaque right inside the door, and it should tell you what year model it is. I think you said it was a Charger, I believe, but we can look it up and see if we can find it. But like I said, I think the driver door has a little silver thing in it. It will tell the year of it. But if you want to put it and send it to it, you're welcome to, and we'll try to help you out. Kiko said Chat GPT. Yeah, that'll help. Take a picture of Chat GPT will tell you a lot of information. Carlos said Volvo probably uses a gallon a mile. We get about 6. Hugh said, hello, Randy. Hello, Hugh. Lotus said, post it on the community, Cootie. Carlos said, Hugh said, hello, Carlo. Cootie said, it's a Charger RT around 2010. Laugh my ass off. He doesn't let me open the door, front door at all. James and Lowell, Little Four, you need one of those trucks to make it makes normal people's step ladder to get into. You said hello, Lotus. Carlos said, what's up, Hugh? James said, hey, Hugh. Hugh said, Kiko. Hello, Cootie. Kiko said, hey, Hugh. Hugh says, hello, Alexis. Dave says, what do you think about Italian wines? I don't think much about them. Carlos says, hello, Lilith 4. Cootie says, I am the passenger princess. Open up the glove box. It may be in there, too. Hugh said, hello, Jane. Lowe's says, hello, Hugh. Hugh says, hello, Maria. Cowboy said, what's up, Hugh? Hugh said, hello, Nicholas, and hello, Jacob. Kiko said, XXX passenger princess. Cootie said, hi, Hugh. Lotus said, that's funny. Most of those chargers are about the same as far as parts go. Yeah, I think they are, but, you know. Cootie said, Kiko, no, laughed my ass off. Kiko said, lol. Alexa said, yes, yes. Carlos said, David, a Mon Von Fungo. Okay. Kiko said, I would have reported you if I saw that tag. Alexis said 1333. Cowboy says, Alexis, enough with the numbers, please. They like to come in and help me out with the, tell me how many people and how many thumbs up we got. They try to help me out with that. Luke says hi and says, I got a question for you. All right, ask away. Jane said, hi, Luke. The numbers are the people that's in here and the number of thumbs up. They know I always watch it on my phone, so they put it in there to help me out. Little Force says, why do they charge more for synthetic oil? They say it's better, but, you know, I can't prove it. They just want to take more money from you. Luke said, my question is, do you like Donald Trump or Joe Biden more? We don't do politics, religion, or controversial subjects in this live. It's positively stuff only. You're welcome to stay, but those are 3 rules of this channel. Cootie said, I already have the hood he wanted to get. He wasn't steady enough, and I quickly reverse Google image searched it. I think he calls it a devil hood. I don't know, not really well informed, but it's like 600. Kiko says, Pops, when are you putting on the pink/purple t-shirt for the stream? You would look good on ya. You never know, I might do that one day. Alexa said 17 and 33. Went up to 34. Hugh said, hello, Luke. Daryl said, no politics. Lotus said, F. Biden. Luke said, oh, my bad. James said, Lotus. Lotus said, I can't stand that guy. Sorry. Lotus said, Luke said, F. Biden, Trump, Team Trump. Well, let's see. Cootie said, the pedo Basmal shirt, Kiko, nah. Jane said, see, Lotus, this is what happens. Kiko said, Cootie, imagine. Hugh said, hello, Daryl. Little first, what part of your body hurts worse? My shoulder probably hurts more than anything on my body, but my back hurts like sitting here. When I start to get up, it's real painful. But my lower back and my shoulder are real close, but my shoulder probably hurts more than anything. Jane said a little for my back. Luke, it's just we don't discuss it. Lotus knows that, but I understand and to an extent. Carlos says, okay, y'all be right back. Got a shower. See you in a bit. All right, Carlos, see you. You said, what part? Everything, Lowell. Daryl said the politics bird would probably taste as bad as a chicken. No use for it at all. Goody said attempt to say it. No. You said it. You said, did I win? Yes, you won. Little Forrest says, ding ding Pops, I have 7 screws in my left shoulder. Hope you get relieved soon, Pops. I don't know what it is. It's the way I sleep, I guess, but a lot of times right about there is as far as I can raise my arm. I mean, I can raise it on up, but it gets about right there, it starts hurting. Cootie says, you smart ass. Tinker says, howdy all. Hello, Tinker. Saw you on the road today. Randy was in front of me pulling that Tahoe on the trailer, and then I had the skid steer. Jane said, hey, Tinker. I usually see you going towards town like that. You said I have a bone spur in my left shoulder and the damaged rotor cuff. That's why it's always the left. You said, yep, roll on the floor, laugh my ass off. You said, hello, Tinker. Daryl said, from the accident, my rotor always hurts, but when I sleep wrong, it's much worse. Little Four said, side sleeper. Yes, I sleep on my side. It's kind of weird, but I sleep on my left side with like a body pillow. I hug up to it. Kiko said my left rotor cuff is also an asshole. Now, if I sleep on my right side, then my shoulder hurts because my arm dangles. If I lay on my right side, I've got to put that pillow and support my arm. If not, it really hurts. Kiko said, Christ, that sounds stupid. It hurts. Jeff said, sleep on your back. I can't. There's something about. Now, it's funny. I can kick this chair back, put my feet up, and I can sleep. But if I lay on my back, I can't sleep. I don't know what it is. And if I do fall asleep, I like snore and wake myself up. Damn. Hugh said, right, Daryl, I fell off the top of a 10-foot folding ladder. I shouldn't have been standing on the top step. I just needed 1 more inch. Hugh said, Lowell, 3._2 said, yeah, look up Dr. Bennett, orthopedic surgeon in Baptist in Winston-Salem. I'll write that down. All right. Goody said, I sleep on my stomach because it helps my anxiety. I used to sleep on my sides, but I'd wake up and have to go to the hospital from a severe anxiety attack. I cannot sleep on my stomach at all. I hate that for you, Cootie. Lotus said, the back is the worst. Jeff said, try 2 pillows. It might help your snoring. Well, I think if I could, I've noticed if I raise my feet, like if I put pillows under my feet, I might could sleep on my back. But it's like right after I fall asleep, I either wake up snoring or I roll off and it just, I don't know. I guess I'm just weird. Tinker said you're going to need some therapy to break up the scar tissues in your shoulder. You know how I fix mine. Remember you telling me about it, but I don't remember what you told me, to be honest with you, Tinker. Like that, ouch, I've been there, but my balance has been good so far. You said it's always that one more inch that causes so much trouble. Yep. Kiko said, sorry to hear that, Cootie. I also struggle with it. I'll be not as overwhelming. Before bed, I did get wonder for me. JM says, sleep with the pillow over your face with the weight on top. I'll try that tonight. Thank you. Man, I ain't never tried that one. I've had a lot of people hold a pillow over my head, but I've never tried one with a weighted pillow. I have tried that. Thank you for the advice. Little Forrest said, Pops, I understand. I tore a bicep, Labrador, and had a shredded collarbone and back socket joint. Y'all take care of your body. Nobody else is gonna. This is true. Lotus said, I fell from the second story of the Bill Jacks once and struck and I sucked, tuck, and roll. You said I fell in a recliner because food is usually in my throat. I feel like I'm choking if I lay down. I sleep in a recliner. I got you. You said the tuck and roll is the hard part, tight after the holy chat. Kiko said, down, little four, what work did you do? Hughes laughing. Cootie said, if I slip in my back, I snore so bad, Kiko, I take nothing anymore. But when it first starts, I had to take hydroxyzine and 3 others. Never had magnesium glycite though, but I stopped taking. Cootie said, then because I wanted to control myself better. Let's see. Cootie said, down, why so quiet? Kiko said, reflecting. Lotus said, I did that on the stage of a church, tipped the Bill axe over and had to kick it back straight and take the fall. All their band equipment was under, including the piano, was painting the stage walls. Ooh. Lotus said 12-foot ceilings. Ooh, that'd be bad. Cootie said, reflecting, the heck you reflecting, laughed my ass off. Kiko said, Cootie, check it out anyways. It's just bioavailable magnesium relaxes the body. Kiko said, while I'm awake at 2:40 a.m. You could be asking yourself the same question. You said, I fell off the ladder at home. I was going to sue, but I couldn't afford it. You was going to do it for the homeowner negligence. Well, if I couldn't sue Jesus, I would go to hell for sure. Oh, sorry, everybody. You said, right, Loda, as Tinker said, you get your sign up. I've been out in the garage every night. I have not. We've not even finished the second two. We got the wood and everything, but we had to go get that Tahoe and get everything going. But if it keeps this raining up, we're going to work on it this weekend. Cootie said, I haven't heard of that medicine. I do know magnesium throw. Just one more pill to add to my daily regime. Lotus said, get there and Peter be like, hey, remember that time you sued the church? You downstairs, buddy. Here, take this elevator. Or should I say highway? Kiko said, Lowell, I hope it will work for you, but ask a doctor anyways before you try it. You said, Lowell. Kiko said, I'm going to go to bed. See y'all. See you, Kiko. Thanks for stopping in. I'm about ready to go to bed myself, to be honest with you. Cootie said, good night, Kiko. Cootie said, me too, although I can stay up for another 5 hours. Whew. I won't. I'm probably going to finish this off, lock everything up, let the dog out, lock everything up, and then take my shower, eat my ice cream, take my shower, and go to bed. You said, but you're too coward to go up on top of the lawn, on that lawn. That's right. Jane said, I'm heading out. Take care all. See you, Jane. Thanks for stopping in. Lotus said it was all good. I didn't get hurt too bad, and I didn't spill the paint. Well, that's good. Cootie said, good night, Jane. You said night, Jane. I wish there was a way to boost the stream. Me too. Somebody was telling us the other day that YouTube's got it set up that you pay a certain amount of money and they boost it more. But hell, I can't afford that. You said there is share it. Yeah, you can always share it to all your friends. Watch these two goofy guys. Cootie said, when it's done, my plan is to play Skyrim. Honey, I've donated so much money. Why not use that? That's right. Tinker says, pay to play. That's what I heard. Alexa said, hi. Lotus says, yeah, you can promote it like a video. I ain't never even thought about that. What does it do when you mash share? Oh. Huh. I wonder what it would do. I might have to try that sometime. Cootie said, that's right, Burr. I'm telling you to use the money I've donated to boost it. I laughed my ass off. Well, like I said, Cootie, all money that comes into this channel through YouTube and any donations, all the money that's made goes into one bank account, and we have not touched that money yet. We're trying to build the account up, and we'll do something big with the money. I don't know exactly what we'll do with it, but it will do something to help the channel and or the lives. Like we might. I'm still trying to work through a situation with the shirts, and we talked to somebody the other day about the website. And we may take the money out and try to get one of those going. But we've not touched a single dime out of none of the money since we started this channel that has come in and been donated. Lou said, pay and find out. Cootie said, I wonder how much I've donated. I shake at that thought. I don't know. Let's see. I think Randy can tell you. I think it tells you on the... maybe I'm... I'm sure there's a way. That ain't it. Okay. I don't know. I think there's a way, but Randy has to do it. Goody said, got to be less than 100 though. Wouldn't be surprised if it's more. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to ask Randy to see if there's a way to look it up. Alexa said hi, 9 and 39. Goody said also got to take in for the subscriptions being $12.99 for Apple users. Yes, see, I don't understand that because it shouldn't have been that much, but let's see. Lotus said donated $2. Now Cootie has to donate again to get first. Nicholas said, hello, Randy buddy. Hello, Nicholas. Lotus said, ha ha. She said she ain't got no money. Hugh said, hello, Nicholas. Lotus says $2 well spent. Cowboy says, now boys, quit playing with your food. Uh-oh. Nicholas says, hello, Hugh. Cootie says, $4.99, and that'll get me back on top. Alexa said hi. Cootie said, FIGT, JT, fight me. Alexa said, www. Jacob's laughing. Lotus said, I'm too poor for that. Come on, Lotus. $10 will do it. Come on now. Come on. $10. $10. Oh, me. Cootie said, Lotus, me too. Oh, me. Cootie said, I'll walk home. Don't test me. Cowboys laughing. Lotus said, tomorrow payday, my bank is hurting. I understand. Hughes laughing. Jacob's laughing. Ten people, 43 thumbs up. Lotus said, Randy, loan me $10, I'll give it right back. Cootie said, so is mine, but Uber here costs $10 per ride. One time I had to pay $16 for a ride. Oh. Jordan said, I'm going to block him and block everybody. Please stop. What are we stopping? What did we do? Jordan said hi, and Jordan said, I'm going to block him and block everybody. Please stop it. Okay. Oh! How long is that walk, said Hugh. Lotus said, Cootie, why you don't drive? Cootie said, Jordan is a crazy lady. Jordan said, same thing. Lotus said, ouch, you. Oh, Lord. Jordan. I see you got some videos here. I have been known to go back. You please stop spamming. I will do all of it right back on yours channel now. Lotus said spam. You said lol. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Cootie said worth it. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord, oh my God, she's walking. Lotus said, that walk ain't that long then. You said laugh my ass off. Cootie said no. Daryl said, dang man, I very rarely get super chats on my channel. Oh, Cootie likes to be number one. You said, Lord, Cootie said, damn straight I do. Lotus said, all right, Daryl, I'll try to start the super chat fight on your channel next time. Cootie said, my pocket's going to hurt so damn bad. Oh, me. 9 people, 44 thumbs up. Daryl said, they are cleaning up now. It's going to look good when they get it done. Lotus said, Randy, Pocket is feeling good over there. Good, said, just wait till the 26th. I'll fight. Alexa said, WWW. Alexa said, hi. Daryl said, roof looks good. Awesome. Hugh said, I did real well pushing up eBay auction. When people test me, I'd make and send hundreds more than they want to do. Lotus said, where's the stream, Daryl? Jacob said, what's going on to be a fight? Let me bring my popcorn. Lotus said, missing what's going on over there. Daryl said, can't stream on the roof. Daryl said, front will be next week. Cootie said, the 20s fight was worth it. Lotus said, sure you can. Cowboy said, lol. You said, yep. See, Daryl said, I'm not getting up there to record. Jacob laughed. Yeah, I don't believe which our shit would overheat on top like that. Daryl said, they do it like the camera as is. Cootie said, I hope we gave you an entertainment night, Pops. You did. I appreciate it. It does feel good, but I don't want nobody to put themselves, I don't want nobody to walk on my occasion. Jacob says, sound like you're going to have to get off the phone. Sounds like your phone's about to die. That was somebody else's phone. I'm on Life 360. It told me somebody's phone's about to die. And that's this phone. That ain't the phone I'm on up here. Hugh said, yeah, it's hard to goof off with the cameras on you. Lotus, I would have been cool with the cameras. Hugh said, even though I do like being number one, I still like to show support to the channel. Love y'all and all that you guys do. I appreciate it, Cootie. I really do. Lotus says that they don't want their poop work recorded. Oh crap, he's abandoned us. I told y'all, I got ice cream, a shower, and bed. John says, God bless everyone. Daryl said, good night all. Good night, Daryl. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Lotus said, good night all. Good night, everyone. Have a great night. Thank you, Goody. You too. He said, yep, some of us got to get up at 4:30 a.m. Tigger said, night all. Jacob said, bye-bye. Good night, everyone. Love you guys. You said, have a great night, everyone. Say, goodbye. Flippy. Flippy. Goody got hearts with her #1 sign. Well, we'll see you in the next video. Say goodbye. Flippy. Goody said, hell yeah. Y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. And remember, keep it silly. And I do appreciate everybody's donations. Thank y'all.